Excellent connection. Okay. All right. It's kind of delayed. Okay. What's wrong here? $1920 to $1080 audio. Okay. I need to know if I can actually hear myself and see myself. One minute. So it's saying that Okay. I'm not that good with technology. I'm trying. I'm almost there, almost there. Okay, wait for it. All right. Hopefully that's okay. Okay. So, I kind of want to put like some music so it's not so awkward. It's my first live stream. What do you guys want to listen to? I was thinking something relaxing because I don't want to like scare anyone with what I would actually listen to. Okay. Good morning, Charlotte. What time is it where you are? Where I am, it's 3:12 p.m. So I'm gonna put this classical music. Because if I play what I actually would like to hear, you guys are gonna be like... I actually pay, hi Kay, I actually pay for like a subscription from Epidemic Sound. So it's like, I'm allowed to use it, thank God. It's not like the best music options, but it's something. So I'm gonna play this. I decided that like we're gonna paint and I'm gonna like show you guys how I do what I do. And yeah, so let's try this out. Sorry if I'm like super awkward, like it's kind of weird going live. Some slow jazz. Okay, let's see. I was thinking either jazz or classical. Some smooth jazz. It's 8:30, 7:12. What part of the world is that? When I was in New York, I think it would be like the same time, I think. Right now I'm in Eastern Europe. This music reminds me of when I was a kid. Jazz music. All right. I have it. Is the music too loud? You're in DC? I've never been there. Oklahoma. I've never been there either. I've been to Georgia. and I've been to Florida. I lived in Florida for like a few months. All right. I've been like trying to figure this thing out for so long now. I've been like neglecting myself. So I have to use the restroom real quick if you guys don't mind. It's kind of weird being live. Like I'm used to just like editing a video where I just cut out all the unnecessary parts. So this is like really strange, but I'm probably gonna be on for a few hours. So I know I missed Florida, Diana. Florida's so awesome. I'll be right back, you guys. Okay. Sorry about that. What happened? Okay. Everything's okay over here. I'm in the country, so the country of the country. So it's like everything that's going on in this country right now, it's not really affecting us directly. For the most part. Like I just watch the news sometimes, but nothing's really going on here specifically. You just moved from Florida 3 months ago. You moved away from Florida. I lived in Florida for like half a year. I really enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it at the time, but after I left, I was like, why? I went through a hurricane in Florida. It was crazy. There was no electricity, and we were like on a pretty tight budget at that time, so it was not the best time. And it was crazy hot. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Alright. I'm like scatterbrained and like really anxious right now because live. Because live. Okay, so what am I doing? Yeah, everything's okay for the most part. As good as it's gonna get, I think. So I've got Cadmium Red. I'll show you guys here. So Cadmium Red. I'm using Masterclass. This is an artist grade paint. It's really thick and creamy, and it's definitely better than the Blick student grade paint that I initially started with. This is the Blick. Blick is like, it's pretty good to get started, but it's like painting with ketchup almost. So you have to keep putting layers and layers. It gets kind of tedious. So having some artist grade paint is really cool. So I took away the Cadmium Red because it was like dripping everywhere because it's so oily. You see? But I came prepared. You're on your way, Charlotte, to weight surgery appointment? I wish I could have weight loss surgery. You were 672 pounds. Now you're 388. Well, congrats on your weight loss. Losing weight's so difficult. I'm like back and forth with my weight, honestly. Like I'm doing like super good sometimes, and then other times like I'll like bake. Like, and then, well, I just eat everything. It's just a problem, an ongoing problem for me. But I think the thing with the weight loss journey is just being consistent. Because like I'll bomb one day and then the next day I'm like, forget this. And then I go back to like tracking my food. Okay, let me concentrate. So that's way too much blue. So to mix brown skin tones, I usually start with like a light color and then I put in a little bit of burnt umber. Thank you, Living with Isley. I love cooking. It's fun. But cooking and me, they don't go together because I don't know when to stop eating. Like, I just can't stop. So this girl right here, she's like, definitely has some olive undertones. I really like to use like ochres because they already sort of have like this palette is I have to adjust to the palette being upright. Cool. Okay, so the ochres already have like the sort of skin tone that I'm usually going for. Also, there we go. Oh, it's over there. Hold on. This website is cool for uncopyrighted music, but if you don't press next. Okay. So I was trying to find the ultramarine violet. Play. Ultramarine violet is pretty cool for skin tones because it's not as pigmented as the cadmium blue. Why did I say cadmium? Ultramarine blue. I'm a horrible art teacher, just so you know. I pretty much can just like show you guys what I'm doing. And then trying to like adjust to this angle and this setup. That burger was so good. I still have some of that, of the bread that I made. I put it in the freezer so it stays fresh. So I'm just trying to like match her skin tone. When I want to like lighten the color, I like to use yellow first instead of white so it doesn't get chalky. This music is annoying me, to be honest. Maybe, there's just one genre, it's like acid jazz. I like more like of an upbeat sort of jazz. Okay. Okay, so it's best to start, for me at least, to start with the darkest color, mixing the darkest color, and then I can just lighten it as I need. I just take like a little bit at a time, because some of them are like so pigmented, you just need like a little tiny dab. So that was burnt umber. You're having the gastric bypass surgery, Charlotte? I know a few people who've had that surgery. They always say, like, it's not, like, they always complain about it because they say, like, it doesn't help them with their need to still eat, like, insane amounts of food, like, binge on food. So it's, like, counterproductive for them. But I think everyone's different. If I was to get surgery, go through all that to get surgery, I would make sure I eat right, but I don't know. Like, it's just an ongoing thing with me. I've been doing good the past few days. Why is this satisfying? I love watching people mix oil paints because it's so creamy and just, like, it's just fun to watch. And it's, like, relaxing. Okay, so right now I have like a sort of olive color going on here. And I'm trying to achieve this dark, super dark color. So I'm just gonna keep adding blues until it gets there. Some more burnt umber. Okay. Some people don't like to use black, but I am totally okay with using black. It makes it easier for me to see the proper shading. Okay. The longest part I feel like is mixing the colors. Okay, now I take that same thing that I mixed and start to lighten it. And some more red. Also, another color that's really helpful, Indian red. Indian red, and where's the other one? Crimson alizarin. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's crimson alizarin. That's pretty cool. But for that one, it's like so pigmented, a little bit goes a long way. I think that will make a really nice cheek color for this area here. Just like a little bit more. So I'm just gonna take some of it. Okay, let's lighten it a little bit. Okay, so there's that color, and then I need to just lighten that some more, and some more yellow. I always waste like so much paint mixing colors. because I never like use it, but I've been putting my palette in the fridge. It actually keeps the paints like preserved for quite a while. It's kind of weird actually. Sorry if the camera's like shaking so much. It's kind of weird painting like this. So I'm gonna start adding in a little bit of white. That looks like a pretty good color. Let me just put a little bit more white. Yeah, I can use some of this. Okay. Add some more whites. It took you 8 years to get to this point, to the point of getting surgery. I've been overweight like my whole life. So if I would get surgery, I think I would get like a tummy tuck. So I have so much excess skin from losing so much weight so fast. I would definitely do that. Probably before gastric sleeve. You've never watched somebody paint before? I find it pretty difficult to watch somebody paint. I think probably because I do paint myself. My attention span is so short. But when I really want to know a certain technique, I will watch it. So, also when I was learning how to paint, I would watch people. This is definitely a good color I think I could use. Okay. Now a little bit lighter. It's too much white. That's definitely a perfect color for under her eyes right here. It's probably, I notice when I mix a color, I actually end up needing it to be much lighter than it is. I need like one more device so I could have something for music without having to do all of this. Okay. I'm gonna just make it a little bit lighter because I notice it's always never light enough. All right, and then a little bit lighter. All right. So now I'm gonna mix that green in her eyes and her lip color. I was thinking that this might not all be completed into one live session because typically it takes me quite a while to do one painting because I paint in layers. But I'll probably just do like a consistent streaming thing, maybe like once a week. What time is it where I am? Right now it's 3:40 p.m. Okay. I have this color. It's, if the camera can pick it up, cerulean blue hue. It's so pretty. I wish I could afford real cerulean blue, but the hue shall do. See, look how pretty that is. Turquoise is my favorite color. Teals and turquoise. Oh, also I want to do the background like a turquoise color. I was thinking that it'll really bring out the colors of her skin tone. Like brown skin tones and turquoise are just, yes. So I would say that's pretty much her eye color. Hello, my Bougie Johnson. How are you doing? I have your painting, by the way. I need to add some final touches to it. So I'm gonna mix like a large batch of that turquoise color for the background. It's so hard like painting around this camera. Where did I put it? Oh. It grew legs and walked away. What did I do with it? Seriously? Wow. Thank you, Kay. No, we don't have Blick over here. I wish we had Blick over here. I just got, this is like the first oil paints that I ever bought. And I'm just like, I've just been holding on to them sort of until I like upgrade paints. I just ordered like a bunch of like actual paints with like real pigments. But it takes forever to get mail over here. It takes so long. But I know that the shipping information said that it's reached the country. So just a matter of time before I have some awesome real paint. When I say real paint, I mean like artist quality paint. Because the Blick student paint, it's student paint, so it's like watery. Not watery, but it's like diluted. And it's hues instead of like actual pigments. So we need some more this ultramarine blue. DJ, I need a DJ. This is just... it's just going. Painting takes so long because it's mostly a trial and error thing. Unless you've been painting for like a long time and you know the exact formulas of colors you're going for. But for me, like, I haven't been painting in oils that long, just a few years. So I'm still pretty much learning. I'm glad you're excited for your painting. It was pretty fun to work on, actually. It was a bit challenging painting what you requested in just black and white. And then incorporating a little bit of color. Like, I think the hardest part for me with your painting was the composition, like making it flow together so it looked cool still and looked like it belonged together. Blick is an art supply store. They call it Dick Blick. I haven't seen Blick too many places. Just when I was in New York City and when I was in Florida, they had Blick. Okay, I'm gonna put some more. Because I'm gonna need a lot. You want a painting, Elise? You should check out my website. I'm not really doing commissions right now, per se, because I really want to sort of paint what inspires me instead of like what others want me to paint. No offense or anything. And then I can open commissions back up. I'm going to let everybody know when I open them back. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere. That looks like a nice color. That's a nice teal. Whoa. Okay. Okay, so I got the teal background. I have to do her lips. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly I want my body of work to be. But I know that I've been really, like, interested in dolls lately. Like, they're just so interesting. Good morning, Marcia from New Mexico. Thank you. Thank you, Elise. I need to update my shop. I think I'm going to probably put this painting on my shop also. So, just clean this off a little. Now I'm going to do her lip color. So this is the alizarin crimson. A little bit of white. And some Indian red. Oh, you're claiming my work before it's even done. That's so sweet. What type of lighting? I know you're supposed to use certain lights when you're painting, but for me, I just use this lamp that I have that's affordable and like natural sunlight when I have an opportunity, but sometimes I don't. So I just use a lamp. And it's been working out okay for now. I would like to get some sort of like overhead lighting. I know that's probably more ideal than this lamp. So that's a pretty cute lip color. I'm gonna put that here. Okay. Wait. All right. Thank you, my bougie Johnson. You don't consider lighting when you're painting? I mean, sometimes I paint in the worst lighting, but I think it's more so as long as I'm like creating something, it doesn't really matter. Sometimes I even use like my phone light, whatever is available. Okay. I'm just gonna clean up the palette so it's not so chaotic looking. Yeah, I just have like a side lamp too. What's going on here with this? Okay. Now I can start actually painting. I think I have a good amount of colors at this point. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just using like linseed oil to clean off this. Okay. And in here I have my linseed oil. Yes, Elise, this is the same exact mirror that Bubba gave me. Exactly. I've been trying to like take care of it, making sure I clean it off when I'm done. How often do I paint, draw, create, daily, weekly? That is a great question because it has been a struggle for me recently. I've been noticing that if I don't create every single day, I go a little crazy, which is the main reason why I'm sort of trying to convert my channel over to more of an art channel. Because if I have like a weight loss channel, then my channel, if I have a weight loss channel, then all my thoughts and all of my attention go towards that sort of content. Because creating takes such a long period, it takes such a long time to create stuff. So if I don't focus on it, then it becomes a problem. And I don't create as much, if that makes sense. My oil, it smells like oil. I definitely like agree that I love the smell of chemicals. It's not that hard to clean. I just usually just clean my brushes with the linseed oil, and then I just wash it with soap and water. No, cooking. I love to cook, but I think I'll keep the cooking for... I'm just gonna leave this music alone because it's just distracting. I think I'll keep the cooking for my own personal self, I guess. Maybe I'll incorporate cooking videos sometimes, but I notice I actually do better on my weight loss journey when I don't focus on what I'm eating. When I make videos about it, I'm just like over analyzing everything. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Wait, okay, yeah. So right now I'm just putting in the background. This is a mongoose imitation brush. It's pretty nice. It's really soft. I was thinking I'll save the cooking stuff sort of for maybe day in the life videos, so I can still incorporate my art and it makes sense. And I've just been like super overwhelmed these past few days with like workflow. Not overwhelmed, just busy. So I haven't had a chance to like think about a new video to make. So I figured, let me just go live. So I'm still like active, I guess. It's interesting painting live. It's like I'm not alone in my thoughts. Because usually when I paint, I have my headphones on and I'm just like in my own world. And I get distracted super easily. But painting live is like, get to it. Chop chop. Get it together. Stop procrastinating. This is more of like an emerald green almost. But I'm going to incorporate some other hues once I get the base of this green down. Some people use like turpentine to start off with, like a wash of turpentine. I've done it before like that, but for this specific live stream, I'm just gonna go into everything to save time. Because with that method, you have to wait for the paint to dry, and I don't have much time. And I try to just use the paint straight from the tube when I can. Only time I incorporate the linseed oil is when I want to do like a thin line, like this. So the paint can like stretch itself out, I guess. I'm terrible at explaining. I can just like show you. You like the idea of cooking sometimes and painting. I think the two go together pretty well, actually. They're both like hands-on and creative. I like baking a lot. I'm not sure why, but I really like baking. Well, you guys can't even see what I'm doing. Wait, sorry. Let me move this over a little. All the supplies I use, what are the hardest things to get a hold of? I think the hardest thing to get a hold of is like name brands that I'm used to in America. So say in America they have like Gamblin or like Williamsburg. Like I can't get that stuff here. I've tried to order it, but I'm still waiting for it. I ordered from London. I've been waiting for those specific supplies for maybe like 3 months now. I ordered also from Trekell, if you're familiar with Trekell. This is my second time ordering from them. It takes them about like a month and a half to deliver, but it comes. But I wish that I was able to have like access to brands that I'm used to. So pretty much everything that I use, it's like Russian. For example, like this is linseed oil, but it's in Russian. Yeah, see, it says linseed oil, but I don't know the brand. Thank you, my bougie Johnson. I like cooking. I do, but I just think about it as, because it's a YouTube channel, like, do I want to be a chef? Like, where is this going? Where am I going with all of these videos? And realistically, that's not my passion per se. I like it. It's fun, but my passion is art, so I think that I should just try to focus on one thing at a time. And then in the future, I can always make like a separate channel for like something else. But this thing, like, it takes so much time to do it. Oh, thank you, Kay. My story times, I don't know, like, I kind of stopped doing story times because I felt like maybe less is more. Like, because if I say stuff, like, you can't please everyone. And I'm, like, super sensitive, so I don't want to, like, offend people with my thoughts. So I feel like story times are, like, it's closing off maybe an audience that I would create if I would just be quiet and just do something else. I don't know. I can be kind of insecure with those sort of things. But I know you guys like story times. I have a lot of stories. I have a lot of stories. So I'm just going to paint the side. Some people don't paint the side, but I think it works. Because sometimes people don't put their paintings in a frame. So it might look better if you just like paint it. Because you never know where your painting's going to end up. Or how someone's going to treat the painting. At least you know that from all angles it looks good. Story times. I don't know, like, my life is just so dark. Like, I have a pretty dark past, so I don't want to scare people. It's pretty easy to do. But then at the same time, like maybe my stories are relatable. So maybe they can help someone else. Give someone else hope that there is an end. You really are not supposed to mix colors with your actual brush, but I get kind of lazy. So and at least this brush is synthetic, so it doesn't cost as much as like a natural fiber brush to replace. Okay. So now that I've got the background pretty much in, let me just add the detail. You know what, Marsha, what's really strange? The timing for shipping things to America is super quick. Like, when I ship a painting to America, it takes like about a week. But to receive it is like so frustrating. It gives me anxiety because I feel like, is it ever gonna come? I think it's not coming. Do I have to order it again? Like, it's just so frustrating. But, well, yeah. My stories are definitely unique to me. And to probably... There's like a fly. There's so many flies all the time because I'm in the country. And I kill them with a spray bottle. Where did it go? When it comes back, it's dead. Okay, focus. I got some paint somewhere here. Okay, back to what I was doing. So you guys would like to hear a story time while I paint. You know, I'm not really that good at talking, to be honest. Like, I'm like so awkward. I wish I was one of those people who can just talk and talk and talk and talk to themselves endlessly. I'm just not that kind of person. I'm more of like a watcher. Like, I like to like watch and observe. I'm pretty sure if I told you a story right now, you would probably think I was crazy. Like, ugh. Most of my stories are like dark and depressing. Like, my life experiences in general are just like doomsday. I just try to like, I guess it's sort of similar to like PTSD in a sense. Like, everything that's happened to me in my life, I just sort of act like it never happened. I just ignore it completely. And then when someone reminds me of it, then it's like, oh my gosh, that did happen. You're right. You're right about that. The awkwardness makes me relatable. I can agree, like, with awkward people being relatable, for sure. Like, this one guy, you guys ever seen Ergo Josh? He's like if you've never seen Ergo Josh, he's like, he does digital art. He has a YouTube channel. And he just reminds me of myself, because he's so, like, awkward, but he gets straight to the point, you know? It feels like I have someone to talk to when you do story time. Yeah. I think maybe you guys should give me like topics to talk about with story time. Like ask me questions, or I don't know, like the story time needs to have some sort of purpose. So I'm not just like going into this weird space unnecessarily that you don't want to know about, you know? Like, talk about something that you guys actually want to hear about. Yes, I'm using oils, Elise. So usually what I like to do is like have the area surrounding the person's head like lighter, sort of like transition to a lighter color. And also I like to do the background first, because I can always like change it later. And I like to add layers to it, so if that dries first, it gives me a chance to keep adding more layers. How long have I been doing both? Wait, what got me interested in drawing and painting, and how long have I been doing both? What got me interested in drawing and painting? I think my first initial drawing and painting experience is similar to most people. When I was younger, my mom was a single parent. She would like give me art supplies, and I would just sit there. I was like very awkward child. I didn't have many friends. I still don't. I think I never really had many friends, not because something was wrong with me, mostly because we moved so much. So it's difficult to keep a relationship with someone when you're constantly moving. And so what I would do, instead of hanging out with people, I would just sit there and like draw and paint stuff. And my mom would always provide me with supplies to create. And when I got into like high school, I've always took like art classes, sort of like, you know, like children art classes, like extracurricular activities. Like I used to go to summer camp, and I would always pick the art stuff. And yes, when I got to high school, I took like advanced sculpture and advanced drawing and painting classes. But that's as far as my art education stems. That I'm missing. Wait. Yeah, so how long have I been doing it? I think I started seriously creating when I was maybe like 12 or 13, where I would draw something and I would be like, yeah, this is awesome. I think my mom actually probably still has some of my artwork. I used to have a rabbit. I forgot his name, but I used to have a rabbit and I painted him. I remember that painting pretty clearly. And like sculpture. I really like sculpture a lot. My spray can, Marshall. My spray can. What? How did I feel about moving to Europe? How did I feel about moving to Europe? I think my first initial impression of moving here was like, yeah, I'm moving to Europe. That's awesome. Traveling is cool. But I didn't realize, like, this is not Europe. This is Eastern Europe. Like, it's pretty different. It's drastically different than the European Union. Over here, it's like sort of stuck in like the 60s, 70s. Things haven't really advanced in this part of Europe. So it's kind of weird. But I was really excited to get out of America. I was like, because when I left, it was like Trump had just, what was the thing they were saying? They were saying like they're going to cut off food stamps and it's going to be like a plague or something. I forgot like what they were talking about specifically, but it was around that time when we had left. And I was like, we're all going to die if I stay in America. So I decided to leave. And also I was like not very stable at that time. So it was for the best. And I was alone because I don't have any family. It was just me and my husband and my son. And I was thinking it would be better to come here where my husband's family is than to be in America. Yes, Chocolate Cat, I'm live. I know, isn't it weird? It's really weird for me. That makes sense, my Bougie Johnson, that you moved a lot. I'm glad it's not just me. Like, some people like to say, oh, something's wrong with you, you don't have friends. But I'm also an introvert, like incredibly introverted, so it's difficult for me to make friends. Like, I'm just too awkward. And like hanging out with people, I'd much rather just like be alone and just like paint something. Yeah, at least it's like the 60s and 70s here. Like the way the clothes are, the way people dress, the food they eat, the way they talk, the music they listen to. Like music that was popular in America in like the 70s. Like it's like trending here. But the younger generations, because they have the internet, they listen to hip hop, to be honest. I hear it all the time. I mean, it's like Russian hip hop, but they're listening to hip hop. And like all the clothing, it's like not real. It's like all like from AliExpress. It's like knockoff stuff. Not that that's a bad thing because it makes it cheaper, but it's just a totally different culture. It's cool to experience it though. Would I ever come back to America? I plan to come back to America as soon as possible. Just right now, it's not realistic with everything going on, like financially and like with Corona and my credit score. You have so many siblings. How many siblings do you have? I have an older brother and a younger brother, but we never really got along. I think that was like normal. I think it's normal to not get along with your siblings, is it not? And maybe not as like much as we didn't get along. But I don't know. I wish it could be different. I wish I had a close relationship with my siblings. My younger brother, our age was so drastically different, so we never really had a close relationship because of that, I guess. And he was still like really young when I left my mom's house. My older son, the situation with my older son, that brings up once again a pretty dark topic that I would prefer not to like address. Maybe in the future when things change, I'll talk about it, but right now I'd rather not. Yeah, I prefer to like just listen and not like talk to people. That's the thing. Like when I'm comfortable with someone, I can just be myself and I'm crazy. Like when I'm comfortable with people, I'm just like open and I can say anything and do anything. Like with my husband, like I can just get kind of crazy because I feel comfortable with him. I know he's not like judging me in like a negative way, like most people, most strangers that you don't know how they feel. You have 9 brothers and sisters. I always thought that like I would love to create a large family, but the way that my youngest son Yuri is, I'm just like never mind. Like I think about it like having children and having a large family is awesome. But they need to be in school or something. Having like a child with you all the time is so tiring. Like right now, my son is at my mother-in-law's house. And I'm just like, yay, I get a break. I get to paint something in the daytime when the sun is out. But yeah, I was like thinking like I would like to have more children, but I don't know. Maybe in like a few years. For right now, I'm good. I think it's mostly because my son's age. He's at the age where he just, if he doesn't get what he wants, he loses his mind. Like the neighbors probably think that I like cut off his leg or something. The way that he screams. Like he's always screaming. Like he wants to jump on the bed. And I'm like, Yuri, you cannot do that. You're going to bust your head on the floor. No! And he just screams and screams and screams until I let him do what he wants to do. And also, I'm still nursing him, so that's always a problem. Because he still wants breast milk, and I'm just like, you're 2 years old. You're 2.5 years old. You need to eat some food, maybe, not milk. If you eat some chicken, I'll give you some milk. He's like, no! Milky! And he just screams and screams until I give him milk. And I'm just like, you're 2.5 years old. You should not be drinking breast milk. It's getting kind of crazy. So having other children, if it's gonna go like that, I don't want any other children because it's like so stressful. Watching me paint reminds you of old school PBS. It's like, what's that guy's name? I'm having a brain fart right now. I can't remember. I understand what you're saying. Thank you, Urban Dynasty. Actually, I have to order my makeup from AliExpress because they don't carry brown skin tones in this country, unfortunately. Which, I mean, at first I was kind of upset about it, like that's racist. But then I thought about it, like there's no demand here for brown skin tone, so why would companies order that when no one's gonna buy it? There's nobody here who wears that, so I just order from AliExpress. Or I don't wear foundation like at all most of the time. Most of the time I just put my eyebrows on and some eyeshadow and mascara and some lip gloss, and it's fine. I notice when I wear a lot of foundation consistently, my skin turns horrible. So it's best for me not to just wear it. When I used to wear it a lot, I used to fall asleep with makeup on all the time. And it's not good. Not good at all. So maybe it's a good thing that there's no foundation here. Even like powder and like blush, they have my color, but I just don't like to wear it as much. I like to wear eyelashes. Like if you just put some nice eyelashes on, then that's cool. Oh, thank you, Elise. Will I enroll him in school? Yes, right now, the problem with putting my son in school is Corona, first of all. Secondly, his shot record is from America, so we have to translate it into Russian. And then he has to get updated on his shots here. But the shots in this country are different than America, so we have to get them translated. But once he gets his shots up to date, I think he just needs like a couple more at the age he's at. I remember before when I was pregnant, I was like, I'm not going to vaccinate my son. But now I'm just like, I don't know. It's probably for the best. I'm just going to vaccinate him and I don't know. So there's that. But yeah, he's supposed to go to school soon. Sooner rather than later. Hopefully in the next like week or so, he can go to school. And that will give us all a large break because he doesn't have many friends because the children here are usually in school when he wants to play outside. Yes, Bob Ross. That's what I was trying to say, Bob Ross. How could I not think of Bob Ross? Like that was exactly what I was trying to say, but I couldn't think about it. Tell us about childbirth. You're studying to become a midwife. Childbirth. Listen, my friend. I'm not sure you really want to know. Actually, I'll tell you. My first birth was so scary. I ripped, if you know what I mean. I ripped. And I was in labor for only a few hours. I had what is it called that they give you in your back? The shot to like numb you. I had that. And I couldn't feel anything. And I felt like I had to use the restroom all the time. Like I felt like I had to urinate. Is this too much information? I think that it is. But yeah, that was scary and traumatizing that I never wanted to give birth ever again. When I gave birth to my youngest son, actually, I wanted to have like the numbing thing, but I didn't because he came out too quick. Like I pushed him out too fast. So that was a completely natural birth, and that was scary, but relieving that I was not crippled afterwards because I didn't get numbed down there. And yeah, so childbirth. But I was lucky that I gave birth in 2 awesome hospitals. The first hospital was in New Brunswick, New Jersey. And the second birth was in Brooklyn. And I was lucky to have like a private room. Like, you know how some hospitals you have to share. Can you guys even see what I'm doing? Some hospitals you have to like share the room with someone else. Thankfully, I did not because that would be horrible. Having to give birth next to someone you don't even know. And always, everywhere I gave birth at, the nurses and everybody were so nice and like understanding of how horrible you feel right now. Would I do it again? I don't know. I think childbirth's like one of those things, like if you get pregnant, like you have no choice. You just have to just go through it. But yeah. The first time I gave birth, my mom was there. It's just my mom. And the second time I gave birth, it was just my husband. And my husband, like, he just looked so scared. Like, you're not helping anything right now. You're just making me more nervous because you're nervous. But childbirth. Next topic. Contour. I used to contour my face. I used to like wear heavy makeup, but I just stopped because I just don't find it that important anymore. Okay. What kind of moisturizer do I use? You know what's interesting? The moisturizers in this country, like the products here in America, they would sell these products for like I would compare this moisturizer that I use. It's like 3 rubles, which is like $1.50 almost. I would compare this moisturizer to like Lancome or like an expensive MAC moisturizer. That's really strange, but it's like no name brand that I've ever heard of. I just use whatever. I used to really use a lot of Jamaican black castor oil on my skin. That stuff's awesome. Like it's if you have dry skin, put some Jamaican black castor oil. It's life-saving. Is there Amazon here? There is technically Amazon here. But it's mostly Amazon in America. They will ship here, but you have to pay like an insane amount for shipping, which makes it not worth it. So pretty much everyone who buys things here, they buy it all from AliExpress. And also there's like a few other websites that are very similar to Amazon, like Wildberries, and I don't know how to say it properly, but it's 21VEK. That's where we get stuff from. It's very similar to the way Amazon works, like 1-2 day shipping, sort of. So I sort of like sit here for, like if I wasn't on live, I would probably be more focused on this painting. But this is pretty much what I would do anyway, just like sit here and just keep working the paint until I think that it looks okay. And I just like, it's sort of like meditating, just like sit here and just keep working it. Okay. Thank you, Urban Dynasty. Was the immigration process difficult? Not yet. uh, I was able to get a visa here. It doesn't cost much, and because my son is Belarusian, and because my husband is Belarusian, that's all I actually needed to get a visa. But I've been told that once I hit my 3rd year of staying here, right now I'm in my 2nd year of living here. They said once I hit my 3rd year, I should apply for my permanent residency. And I think I have to know more Russian than I actually know. So I need to study some more Russian. I'm getting pretty okay. Like I can communicate with and understand mostly everybody. Like I can understand what people are saying, but I can't really respond. It's kind of annoying. Because I understand what they're saying. I just need to like spend some time studying a little bit more. Yeah, I know you don't have to give your child vaccinations in America. But it's not even about like my personal beliefs. It's more so I don't want to deal with anyone and what they believe. Like, if that's what I'm supposed to do with my child, then okay. I will go along with it. Just leave me alone. I'm traumatized. Like, it's mostly like people tell you when you have a child that it's up to you, it's your child, but really it's not. It's up to the government and what other people want you to do with your child. Unfortunately. Epidural. Yeah, that's what it... I'm so late in the comments. Okay, let me catch up. You have 3 kids. And you're pregnant right now? Oh my gosh. Well, congratulations. I don't know. Like, it's so nice being pregnant, though. I enjoy being pregnant, actually. Being pregnant's... Yes. Like, it's fun being pregnant. Because it's just like, what's happening? Let me Google what is happening to myself right now. Like, it's fun being pregnant to me. And people are so nice to you. They're so considerate when you're pregnant. Like, I liked being pregnant a lot, actually. But giving birth is just scary. Just get it over with. And then it's like when I push my son out, it's like, oh, it's over. I'm not pregnant anymore. Well, now I'm just a regular fat girl. No one thinks anything special of me because I'm not pregnant. And it's like, you can eat a little bit more. It's okay. You're feeding for 2. Like an excuse to just be fat. But if I was to get pregnant again, I will be super cautious of like how I ate. I would probably still eat low carb if I was to like have another baby. I'm trying to figure out like how I want this background to be. Because it just needs to like work itself out somehow. Maybe I should use a bigger brush. Check out this brush. It's never been used. This is another imitation mongoose, but it's a round in a 7. Let's see. Dry brush technique. Ooh, that's doing something. I like this effect. Okay. Your husband got nauseous the first time. Men. Hello, Stevie. Honestly, the makeup style in this country is pretty lit. The girl, if you guys are like not new to my channel, the girl who does my nails, her sister, she does makeup. And her makeup skills are pretty on point. Like, they do makeup like it's so like you can tell they're wearing makeup, but it's like so natural and so pretty. Like, they do the eyes like so like smoky and just like American makeup is more like drag queenish. Over here it's like natural but still like pretty. So the makeup here is nice, I think. Like the way the way the girls wear their makeup here is nice. But I noticed most people don't wear makeup here. People are just like not really about that life, I guess. Maybe in the city, like if you go to Minsk, the girls there probably wear it. But here it's country, so everyone's like working the gardens and working with the chickens and stuff. What's my favorite thing about Belarus? That's a good question. My favorite thing about Belarus. I think my favorite thing is that it's not heavily populated. I like that it's not a lot of people here, at least in the country where and like the area that I'm in. There's not a lot of people here, and there's so much nature. Like, that's so fresh. Like, the air is so clean, and it's just like I can walk outside and it's peaceful. I can go walk my puppy and just see no one. Like, it's nice. Thank you, Elise. 1 second. I'm trying to tell you this fly, like, it's gonna die. Everywhere I go, like, and I kill flies all day long. It's kind of gross. If you see that fly, let me know, because he gonna die. I've been trying to, like, ignore him, but I mostly kill them when they land on me. That's when I'm just like, this has to stop. Where did I put it? Okay. Anyways. Some of you guys were asking me about, like, my nails and my hair. I get asked about it a lot. Honestly, like, my nails, I wish I could get them done more often. But, like, my friend does them. She lives, like, right down the street. And my hair, it's a struggle. My hair is a struggle. A serious struggle. Because I can't get, like, extensions here, because the extensions in this country, they're all, like, Russian hair. It's all, like, straight. And I don't like straight hair. Like, I like kinky, coily hair. So it's mostly just deal with whatever I have. I can find braiding hair, because that's, like, popular here. Like, the girls, like, especially the little girls, they like to put their hair into, like, French braids, like, with, like, pink Kanekalon hair. And it's pretty. They do it pretty cute. But that's as far as it goes, as far as extensions that I could find. I would like to order some more, like, actual extensions somewhere. Like, from online. I plan to. It's just a matter of time. Until then, I'm just braiding my hair to kind of look like I care about my overall appearance. I wish I could just find, like, a nice wig and just put it on and just carry on with my day. They actually do have wigs here, but they're, like, crazy expensive because it's, like, Russian hair or whatever. Alright, I'm gonna move on from the background because it's kind of annoying me. But with that being said, I really have to use the restroom again. I've been trying to, like, drink insane amounts of water. So, there's that. Yes, AliExpress hair. I'm just gonna, like, read the reviews and just pick something. Will you give us basic Russian language conversation? Some people who ask me, like, what Russian I know, it's mostly, like, I can communicate with children, and I can communicate anything that has to do with food. It's kind of embarrassing because I'm so bad at it. And I can count to 10. So I can't necessarily have a conversation with you in Russian. I can mostly there's the fly. But it always lands, like, on my computer, so I don't want to spray my computer. As I was saying, see, like, focus. Okay, so I can't necessarily have a full conversation with you in Russian, but I can say words. Like, for example, to say come here, it's иди сюда. To say give, die. Isn't that interesting? To say give is die. What else? To say don't touch it, you need trogoi. To say open the window, atkrita akno. Then like to say eat, kushit. To say come on, davai. Come on, hurry, davai bistra. Potato is kartoshka. Apple is yablaka. Onion is luke. Garlic is chestnut. What else? I could probably go on and on for a while about food. The word that's important to that's the first thing you need to know. No, the first thing you need to know is to curse people out in Russian. And the second thing you need to know is the food. That's important. All right. So you can't corn roll at all. You know, I thought it was corn roll. Corn row? Is it corn roll or corn row? I don't know. That's bad, right? I'm sorry. Is that insulting to black culture? I think it is. Okay. All right. So what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, my hair. If you look closely, it's very messy. But I think as long as the parts are neat, it creates an illusion that my hair is good. That's just, as long as the parts are generally neat and like oiled, it's all right. I'm okay with it. I really wish that I can give myself cornrows or rolls, whatever, cornrows, with like the Kanekalon hair so I can make it long, but I cannot figure that out. It's very difficult. Yes, Das Vidanya. I learned like Das Vidanya is more like an appropriate way to say goodbye, but if you it's like your friend, you could just say baka or baka baka, like bye bye, baka. Princess, there's the flag. I don't want to break my computer. Ah! Okay, I'm just gonna clean my computer real quick. Sorry, 1 minute. Okay. I don't know what happened to the fly, but I definitely hit him with the spray. All right, yeah, I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'll be right back and get some water. So, intermission. Wait, let me put some jams for you real quick. Wait. Okay, here's some. Oh, wait. Elevator music. Okay, sorry. Bye, Marcia. Beauty can braid. I need to probably research more about doing my hair. It'll probably help. Thank you for the suggestion. Thank you, my bougie Johnson. My music choices, I try to like realistically, I listen to metal most of the time, but I know that probably will scare most people, so I try to pick something that's like interesting to me, but not too scary to others. Yes, it's Privyet. You spelled it right, Stevie. Baby boy, you stay on my mind. I've been listening to Beyonce for the past few days because people say I remind them of her. I was trying to like see the resemblance. I don't know. Okay, so back to what I was doing. So now for the actual face. Where is my photo? Okay. So the first thing I like to do is the eyes. This tablet, I don't know why, but the Wi-Fi like cuts off a lot. So, all right, so the eyes. I'm gonna use this size 1, the size 1 brush to get in there, the detail. Okay. This is the scary part. I need to focus. Okay. I'm gonna put some more white. What time is it? It's 5 o'clock. I have like maybe 1 more hour and then I need to go address everything in my life. Like my puppy needs to go out and my son needs to come back. Okay. How is driving? I don't know. It's like to drive in this country, you need to go to school for like a few months actually. Like it's not just like you can transfer. So I don't drive. My father-in-law drives us, or we just catch a taxi. But the roads are pretty alright because there's not that many people. But even when I was in America, I didn't like drive. Because I was living in New York City, so we just called the subway everywhere. As far as the racism goes, um, it's been getting better, I feel like. Mostly because where I live at right now, next to my mother-in-law and father-in-law, everyone here, like, at this point, not everyone, but most people know who I am. Like, they know that my husband is Belarusian, you know. So they don't treat me, like, they treat me all right at this point. But the general person seeing me, I would say, is pretty awkward. I should wear glasses for this. But yeah, I would say it could be better. Like if I was to go into the city, like when we go to the city to go like shopping and stuff, it's pretty bad. Like the racism, but where I live at, it's fine. Does anyone here watch my channel? Recently, I've been told that people know that I paint because I told the children, there's like a lot of children that like always come up to me because of my puppy. That kind of like gets them like, ooh, a puppy, you know. And so like we talk and I tell them, they're like, can I take a picture with you for my Instagram? And I let them take a picture with me. And then we exchange Instagrams, and then they find out that like I like paint and stuff. So maybe they watch my YouTube. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it. Hopefully not. Because that would be kind of awkward, right? But they don't know English, so I doubt it. At least, I think when I go to the city, it's more like a mixture. Like people are confused. Some people are just like ill. Some people, I think I've come to the realization that a lot of people who are giving me dirty looks, they're mostly just like haters, like jealousy in a sense. That's the vibe that I've been getting recently. I think because mostly it's from women. Like the men just look at me like perverted. The women look at me like, I think it's a jealousy thing at this point, not necessarily racism. Yeah, the children, they're like, they all want pictures. I've even had some grown men ask me for a picture. I'm just like, all right. I don't know if I should tell you this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. This drunk old lady knocks on my door. I don't know what she was saying, but my husband answered the door. And she accused me of like sleeping with her husband because he asked me to take a picture with him. She said, she's sleeping with my husband. There's a picture of her and him on his phone. I'm just like, whoa. This lady's drunk. And that's a little weird. It's like a small village here. So people here, like everybody knows everybody. And everyone's just a little bit bored, I think. They're a little bored. So that was definitely an experience. Yeah, I'm noticing because I'm different, so people are just I think that most people are not racist. Now that I like well, living here, I don't know if they're racist. I can't tell you that. All I can say is my experience at this point is most people treat me okay once they know who I am. So I would say it's not necessarily racism as it's territorial. I don't know. Because most of the men, they're just like perverted. So that's not racism. That's, I don't know what that is. I just noticed most of the evil eye is from women. Yeah, I'm unusual. Yeah, when I walk around, I feel kind of uncomfortable, mostly because I know everybody's staring at my butt. So, because it's so massive, unfortunately. I mean, I know like some people, I know like right now in like pop culture, it's like a good thing to have a big butt, but like I much rather have a small butt. My butt has like its own area code, as they say. Like it's just everywhere. And I can feel the eyes burning on it when I'm walking. It's very awkward. I wish that wasn't the case. Like some people think that like women love attention, like women want attention. I'm like completely opposite. Like I don't want people to look at me. Like I just act like I don't exist. That's cool. I mean, I guess it's like a confidence booster. Like I feel like attractive, but not all the time. Sometimes I just want to go outside and just be like invisible. But my butt will not let me live. I know, Lynn. I hate it being sexualized. Like I get that I am a sexual creature, but there's a time and a place. I don't want to know about it. You know, like because like they make it so obvious, you know. I guess in America they do that too, especially in New York. Like the men, they like make it so uncomfortable for you to walk down the street. You know what? I've noticed that like when I like try to look nice and like try to look presentable, people don't give me as much attention as if like compared to when I look like I feel like I look crazy. Like if I walk outside with like no makeup on and like I may or may not do my hair, I get more attention than if I was to just like try a little. I wonder why that is. Yeah. Catcalling in Russian. Mm, I think like a couple times people will like ask me, like they'll say like, oh, I understand what I don't know what they're saying, but I understand telephone. Telephone in Russian and English is the same. So I know they're asking me, and the way they're looking at me, I know they want my number. And I'm just like, I just say, Niet, меня муж Belarus. So I'm trying to say that my husband is Belarusian, and they understand that I'm married at that point. So that's enough for them to be like, oh, sorry, my bad. Did losing so much weight give me a boost of confidence, or do you still see yourself in a certain way? You know what's weird? Like when I weighed so much, I feel like I knew I was overweight, but I always thought like it's okay, I'm beautiful. Even though when I looked at myself I was like ill, but I was like it's okay, I'm married, who cares? But now that I've lost so much weight, it made me like sort of like hyper analyze off every little pound. So I feel like I'm like even more insecure than when I was 320. So it's like, say, like, because right now my weight hops back and forth between like 218 all the way. Like a few days ago, I was like 205 pounds. And it's like it hops back and forth. So every little pound, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so ugly. I'm so fat. For every little thing. Before, I wasn't focused on it. Like, I was just like, I'm fat, but I'm fat. So, I don't know. I think I feel more confident now, definitely, but I think it's become sort of almost an eating disorder in a sense because I care too much. I care in an unhealthy way now than I did before. I agree, Elise. That's probably what it is. How do you say Aminata Sila? Thank you. Honestly, I think I'm easy to get along with, but don't get on my bad side. I'm a Gemini. There's two sides. Okay. Thank you, Stevie. Thank you, Elise. Yeah, I think that I think I make a good friend, but I'm just too like antisocial. Like I just like to be alone. So it's difficult to have friendships when I like to just be in my mind. I'm like one of those friends who like you make plans with and they're just like, you know, I'm kind of tired. Like I'd rather not go out. I'm sorry. Elise, that's exactly how I was, like not realizing that I'm so big. Even so much so that I hurt myself sometimes, like trying to fit through spaces that I can't fit through, even though I think that I can. Like if the doors in the living room, there's like two, and you can open both, obviously. But like sometimes it's like cracked and I try to like fit through it and I know that I can't, but I think that I can, and I hurt myself. So I understand. Or even with clothing. I try to like fit into clothes that I know I can't fit into. I'm like holding on to like a bunch of jeans that I hope that I can fit into one day. Oh, this picture, by the way, I can't find. Basically, this is a doll, this. I'm like pointing to it, like you can actually see. This is actually a doll that I found on Pinterest, and the doll is called Ashanti something, but that's the name of the standard doll head. And basically the person who would need to be credited for this photo would be the artist who painted her. But I can only find her Flickr, so I'll leave her Flickr name in the description box when I publish this. But yeah. So just to make sure, this is not my photo. I'm not taking credit for this, just so you know. Introverts unite. Elise, same. Like my husband, how are you going to allow me to walk around looking as I did? And just, my husband hinted towards it when I was 320 sometimes. He would just say like, maybe you should try to like eat a little bit healthier, or maybe not eat like chocolate every day. But I would ignore him. But even now he's like, what are you talking about? You look great. What are you talking about? I'm just like, I'm fat. I'm so fat. But my husband actually doesn't like plus size, to be honest. Like, I've asked. I've pressed the issue. I'm like, you like big girls. He's like, no. I think it's just, like, my personality, I guess. I mean, I wasn't skinny when I met him. He definitely doesn't like skinny. Exactly. You're only 5'2", you're so little. 280. I mean, yeah. But I feel like when you're pregnant, like it's just inevitable to be overweight. But once you give birth, everything just kind of goes back to how it was before you had the baby. Depending on if you try not to eat too much. But if you're nursing, it's really hard not to eat too much. It makes you like starving all the time. Bye. I'm 5'6". 5'6". 5'7" on a good day. I wish I was taller, but I'm not. But then I feel okay because you're only 5'2" at least. I don't know. I think it's okay to be short as a woman. I think men prefer. This paintbrush is kind of annoying. I can't wait till I get my new brushes in the mail. Is it easy to find cute workout clothes? Yes, actually. A lot of the websites have like some pretty alright workout clothes. And this one company on Instagram, that's where I got like a few of my outfits from. They're really nice. I would say sometimes they're a bit overpriced though, but I guess you get what you pay for. Because when I get like cheaper ones, my dog, he can like, one time he jumps on me or like tries to like snap at me, he rips them like one time. But if I spend a little bit more, he can do all of that and they're still intact. So yeah. Yeah. I feel like the grass is always greener, you know? I wish I was taller, wish I was shorter, wish I had straight hair, wish I had curly hair. That's just how it always works. I actually need to like head out soon. It's 5:35. I need to head out in the next like 20 minutes. Gotta take my dog outside to go run. I need like a bigger brush. This is like watching Bob Ross. You know what, my bougie Johnson? I was thinking this would be a good like live stream video to do. Like every time I work on it, just like go live with it. So yeah. You've confirmed it for me. You've confirmed it that I just should just go live for this painting. Like this will be set aside just for this specific purpose. Live streaming. So I was thinking like, is this boring? Like, I don't know. Like I know people watch this kind of stuff because I see the views, but I just wasn't sure. I mean, if anything, to like not draw this out like too long, maybe I'll go live with this painting like one more time, and then I'll just like record the rest of it and like add it to like a studio vlog or something like that. Because I'm pretty sure I can like work on this painting for like at least like 5 or 6 live streams. I could probably just go on and on and on and on. So yeah, maybe like one more live stream with this painting. And then I'll just record the rest of it solo. Thank you, C. Henry. What's it? NOC shift. Night on call? What's NOC? Thanks, Lynn. I do too, Lynn, but if it's not, like, if it takes too long, I just have such a short attention span, so it's hard for me to watch stuff in general. Even like movies. I can't watch movies. I'm just like a fish. Like I just can't. Right now I'm just doing like just blending everything together sort of. So once it dries, I can move on to like some more layering. Okay. Nocturnal. Nocturnal. Okay, that's what that means. Do I name my paintings? You know what? No. I know that I should. And I try to think of something to name like a painting. But I always feel sort of insecure about it. Because I always pick a name that sounds good in the moment. But then the next day I'm just like, that's kind of corny. So what I end up doing usually is just pick the most generic name ever. So it's like, it's obvious that that was a generic name. Like say I paint like a girl with a head wrap. I'll just call it girl with green head wrap. like I just try to keep it super bland. I need to become more like creative with vocabulary in my painting. But yeah, so I need to like change into something more comfortable and go take my dog out. I like dread taking my puppy outside every time. But then once I go see his face, well, he's over there by the chickens right now for this. When I see his face, I'm just like, you're awesome. Like, it's just, he's so much fun. All right, so you guys, thanks for hanging out with me. You guys are cool. I will see you guys next live stream. I'll try to like announce it again, at least like a little bit in advance, so you guys can like be aware. All right, and I will save this painting. I won't touch it until next live stream. Okay. All right. How do I get out of here? Wait. Okay. All right, you guys. Goodbye.